When you know where you're going and you know what you want, the universe has a way of stepping aside for you.
The law of attraction. You got to change the vibration you're in, and your whole world changes.
You can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
I believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that you can speak things into existence.
A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality.
You have to understand how your mind actually works. The law of attraction comes from one Bible verse that says, a man is as he thinketh. So however you think, that's how you are. It doesn't change. What you emit is what you receive. You can make improvements if you want. You can make new decisions if you like. You can change anything about you.
There's this thing about people, and they talk about manifesting. Manifesting is real. When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it, like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become.
Having an image of something that makes you feel good and seeing that early in the day, tremendously powerful. Having a mental image of something in your mind is equally powerful.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes, I'm thinking of it, and it could possibly happen. That made it very hard to see picture clearly. I actually understand that when I can see the picture clearly, I'm not seeing something that's fake. I'm literally seeing another point in time of my actual life. The ability to manifest it becomes almost instant. You're seeing it and you're understanding that this is something that actually exists. Now you're super dangerous when it comes to your ability to manifest.
Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point. But if I tell myself I'm strong, I have courage, I'm smart, and all these are lies, you continuously push that starting point backwards. So that starting point is the truth.
90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as the day before. So if you keep thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, would you agree that you will begin to hardwire your brain into a very finite signature?
Because you can't see everything. The brain calculates what's necessary for you to see so that you get to the point that you're aiming at.
You need to affirm to the universe, gentlemen. You need to wake up every day and you need to talk to the universe as if it was Alexa or Siri, and you need to say, I want to see how good life can get.
And I need you to understand that the bigger your dream is, the earlier you're going to have to get up. The bigger your dream is, the more effort you're going to have to put in.
I believe that I can be a leading man. I believe that I could be another Clint Eastwood. I believe that I could be those people. I said there's enough room on that ladder that I can fit up there. So you work your ass off, and then you let the world know about your work.
The content of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. When you change your content, when you exchange the thoughts that you now have for the thoughts that represent the life that you want to create, that thought exchange creates another thought, which is expanded awareness.
So I think the law of attraction and manifesting are the same thing. Visualize working a day job and telling your friends that you're not going to go out tonight because you're working on something. Visualize your first ever course failing miserably.
Right.
Like literally, that's the sort of thing that you want to visualize yourself doing and pushing through.
Greatness comes from fantasy. I am so happy now that I see myself and write it out. Now, a lot of people will laugh at this and say, that doesn't make any sense. Start to read it and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers all down through history have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about.
I became obsessed with the power of the mind. Meditation, visualization, and just realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief, and believing that I could be the and that I could be the GOAT and be the greatest and never lose, and to I took myself to a different place mentally.
Whatever you focus on life tends to happen, doesn't it? You don't have any money, so pretend you do. He said, start training your brain, condition it. He said, go save all your money, get $300 bills and put them on the outside of your money clip, even though you only have $5 in between them. Life will pay any price you ask of it.
All you got to do is start changing the way you think. You can coat your mind from negativity and start going over in your mind everything you have to be grateful for.
Every time I've said something, I said I'm the UFC middleweight champion from my UFC debut. You just don't know it yet. I did that from my UFC debut, and I did. Before my UFC debut, I said I was going to fight Robert Whittaker for this belt in 2019, and I did. I said I'm going to beat John Jones, 2021, Raiders Stadium, International Fight Week, and I will. Every single time I say something, I always find a way. I do everything in my my power. My subconscious does everything in its power to make it happen. If not, then I have to eat my words, and I don't like doing that.
Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did.
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
Right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85.
Yeah. And I had nothing at that time. So it was like, but it just made me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things. They're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
That knowing thing you were talking about, it's not necessarily just seeing it, oh, I can see myself with money, and then that's it, now you're gonna get money. It's more so knowing it and also feeling it. Not just, oh, like I said, you can see the beach house you bought your mom. It's what does it feel like though? What does it feel like when you see your mom's reaction to getting the beach house? Can you feel that? Can you feel the car turning the corner to the beach house? It's about immersing yourself in that feeling as if it was going on right now. And when you do that on a daily basis, it's not long before reality catches up with your thoughts, And like I said, it just has to be something you believe.
So when you visualize it, you let it go, it's already done. Because all it takes is one visualization, yes. If you are holding on to it, and you have to believe that you have it already.
What the law of attraction is teaching people is that you have a choice. You can change your thinking.
When you visualize, you're going to start noticing things in your environment that were always there that can be solutions to your goal, but you didn't really see them. It opens up your creativity. You start getting ideas. You start noticing things. And also you end up having more motivation to just jump out of bed and do the things that used to be scary.
So when you begin to understand that you are a thinker who is projecting thought, and that law of attraction is managing all of the thoughts that exist and is bringing back to everyone equivalents to the thoughts that they are thinking, it makes you want to begin to pay attention to your thoughts.
I mean, positively or negative. I mean, you attract. Not just what you feel. You attract what you feel, what you are, what you attract.
You are a magnet. Whatever you are, that's what you draw to you. If you're negative, you're going to draw negativity. You're positive, you draw positive. You're a kind person, more people are kind to you. So you're like a magnet. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
Let's say how to make something manifest that you are. It starts with the smallest area inside of us.
A redemptive power that making a choice has, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, So for me, I want to represent possibilities. I want to represent the idea that you really can make what you want.
Dreams they should be pure. I think a lot of times, when we're born into this world, we actually wind up going backwards. And it seems like the more we mature, the more responsible our dreams become. And the more governors we put on ourselves and our ability to dream and to reimagine. And it's always a fight for us parents and for you guys to make sure that your dreams always stay pure. And so it's not a matter of pushing beyond your limitations or expectations. It's really a matter of protecting your dreams, protecting your imagination. That's really the key. And when you do that, then the world just seems limitless.
I'm telling you, you don't hate yourself. You don't think you suck. You don't think there's shit. It was put in you. And you've got to start the process of understanding you do love yourself, that somebody else's judgment on themselves created your framework of judging yourself, and you can get out of this fucking hole. And then once that happens, when I tell you, when you love yourself, everything's good. It's fucking game over.
Well, you got to visualize being a success. Yes, I think that's important, is to visualize being a success, but you have to feel it emotionally too. In other words, visualize it, but also feel it. Like, feel yourself there. Close your eyes, smile to yourself, and feel yourself. And believe me when I say you can manifest that. I know you think I'm crazy, but it's the joke in life. I'm telling you, It's the joke in life. Can't go to places physically until you go there emotionally and in your mind first.